So at first I went along with it, but then when we got in trouble for it, and my parents taught us right from wrong.
Hold on, y'all got in trouble for it? Did y'all get caught or something?
Yeah, like one time, the first time, yeah, we did. Like, we wasn't hunching. We was in the closet and he kissed me, and his dad walked in, and yeah, it get deep.
Well, no, and we love to get deep. That's what we do on this channel, right? Because that's how we learn about humanity. Yeah. That's how we learn about each other, right?
That's so true.
Okay, so what's up, YouTube? I need you to take 2 seconds and go subscribe to my 2 new channels, Atlanta Street Interviews B-Side, where all of the videos that don't make it to the main channel will be. Also, Marcus from Atlanta Street Interviews Daily Vlog, where you can follow my journey as a father, fitness enthusiast, sales manager, and of course, content creator. And you might even get some tea on the latest person I'm dating. Go follow those 2 channels right now. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
Oh my gosh, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
You scared me, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here.
My glasses is wobbling. Let me just take them off, because
yeah, you can take them off.
I don't need to see for the interview.
Yeah, beautiful eyes. I tell you, you got beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
All right, so are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay, and so how old are you?
I am 26.
26. And so how long have you been homeless?
Okay, so technically my definition of a home is a place that you call your home and that you pay your own bills in.
Right.
So I have been homeless technically since I graduated high school.
Okay.
But I had my first taste of an apartment when I was with my baby daddy and we had a child together. So I was a stay-at-home mom for about a year. Okay.
And so how long has that situation been dissolved?
I gave up custody of my baby in January, so we had to leave that apartment by the end of January. So it's been going on about 2 months.
About 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What was the reasoning that you gave custody of your baby away?
Because I felt like I needed to heal from that experience, dealing with postpartum and heartbreak simultaneously, and me dealing with mental health issues. I didn't want to snap and possibly have my baby taken from me. So I said, how about I just give him up temporarily while I get myself together.
Okay. Was that to a family member or to the state?
No, it was to a distant family member. It's like a family friend.
Family friend type deal.
Yes.
Okay. How old is your child?
He is 1. He will be 2 on June 22nd.
Okay. Shout out to my June babies, man.
Yes,
shout out to
he's
them
a
June
Cancer.
babies. Okay. And is that your only child?
Yes, that's my first child.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
You say that you were simultaneously dealing with heartbreak.
Yes.
And so was that, I guess, the baby daddy?
Yeah, we was having our issues, and I guess at the time I wasn't seeing it from his perspective, and I understood why I acted the way I acted, and I now understand why he acted the way he acted.
Well, tell me, I mean, what was going on, and tell me what...
Okay, so it was a lot of withholding information on his end. So like with me, I'm a very transparent person. I told him, hey, I deal with mental health issues. I'm trying to get myself together right now. I've been in and out of jail, in and out of mental health hospitals for years, and I'm really trying to just focus on getting me together so I can stop having to depend on my family for help. And he understood, but on his end, he wasn't really explaining everything that he was running from his family. And so when I got pregnant...
So you're talking about like just different trauma that he has or whatever?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he wasn't transparent on his issues. And so when we got pregnant, that's when all of everything started coming out. Like I met his mom after I got pregnant. So it's like, it was just too much. And I understood...
Was it like mental health issues, or what was the issue?
They got African people issues. That's totally different from mental health issues. Like,
okay, so they're African?
Yes, and he lied about that. Like, it was a lot of, like I said, withholding information. And I'm an Aries, so I'm a truth seeker. And my moon sign is a Sagittarius. So, like, I'm double, like, straightforward, and I like the truth. I don't give a fuck about lies. Like, I would rather take the ugly, hard truth than somebody tell me a pretty nice lie, because you lie to me, you gonna piss me off. And that's what he did. I'm pregnant. My dad put me out because he didn't know how to handle me being pregnant after telling me I better not abort the baby. And then now I'm on the street. I was staying in the homeless shelter while I was pregnant with my son because moved in with his mom, and his sister is antagonizing me every day because she don't want me to be with her brother because she feel like he don't deserve love. So just imagine you never met somebody family, and then you meet them because you're pregnant, and now they are literally bullying you to leave the man that you're literally pregnant by, and it's too late to get an abortion. So he was at work every day, and I was being tested by his family every day. Mom, sisters, other sisters, like anybody that would walk through that door, they always had something to say about him. And me,
How long did you stay there?
I stayed there for about 2 weeks before I went to a homeless shelter, and then after I left the homeless shelter, we got our own apartment. So that's kind of how it went.
Right, and so I mean, it sounds like it was a success story. You went through the process, you got your apartment.
Yeah, but then when we brought the baby home, it's like his mom felt like she had all this say-so over my child. Like, they was getting into arguments about circumcision. But what made it crazy was, I gave him the okay. I told him to talk to the doctors about if he wanted his son circumcised, because I'm not a man. I'm a woman. I don't have a ding-a-ling. I don't know what to do with that thing like that. So if you want your baby to be circumcised, I left it up to him. And that was the start of like everything. I'm talking about the day I had my baby and his mama found out the baby last name. All hell broke loose from that point on.
What was the last name?
My baby last name is Shamala Stinson, meaning he has his dad.
Your last name or?
I'm the dominant last name.
Okay.
Because I just felt like we don't have a lot of boys in my family. It's all bitches, and they all annoying as fuck. So I'm like, this one of the few boys, he gotta be a Stinson. I'm sorry, but he gotta be.
Well, now,
yeah, I gave
from
him his
a man's
daddy,
perspective
but
that's his legacy now.
That is his legacy, but my thing is, I'm a part of that legacy too, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have that baby. And if it was for, if you wanted to have a baby by another bitch, you should have went and did that and let that other bitch name that baby. But we compromised. I gave him the opportunity to name the baby, and I said as long as he had my last name too. He has his dad's last name. His last name is Shamala. That's an African name. My last name is Stinson. That's an Americanized name, I'm guessing. So I put it together. I put Shamala Stinson. It sounds better than Stinson Shamala. That's how I seen it in my head. I wanted something that sounded good and flow. I
think you're giving that baby some hardships later on in life.
I don't think so, because at the end of the day, I seen it as like this. I want my baby to be a part of me too, and know that he is carrying my legacy, because like I said, it's not no boys in my family. So at the end of the day, how can I abide by a man who lying about where he from and where he come from? You not even proud of you.
So he didn't tell me
he was African. He told me he was from Connecticut. Like, this shit is crazy, my G. I don't even want to get into it, because it was too many lies. It was too many webs, and I was too deep in the lies before I realized the whole relationship was built off lies. And it was so deep and traumatizing, because I hate liars.
Yeah, because you were saying about how your signs and stuff.
Yeah,
real quick. So okay. So okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
Okay.
I've been proposed to.
Proposed to? Okay.
Yes.
So let's just start from the beginning. So
okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from the A.
Where in Atlanta you from, man?
I was born on the west side and I was raised on the south side.
Okay, man. Yes. Shout out that west side.
Yes.
Shout out that south side of Atlanta, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love our city all day.
Yes.
All right, and so growing up in Atlanta, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
I grew up with a mom and a dad, but they weren't my mom and dad.
Okay, was your foster family?
It was family, and then I dabbled in foster care a little bit too.
Okay, so at what age did you go to, the other family, not your mom and dad?
When I was 5.
You was 5?
Yeah.
And so your biological mom and dad, what was the story as to why they couldn't raise you?
Well, my mom, unfortunately for her, was a cokehead, and she had birthed 3 children at Grady Hospital with coke in their system back to back, year after year. And they told her, because she birthed 3 children back to back with coke in her system, and then in the children's system, they opened a defects case against her. And in opening a defects case against her, all her children was taken. All 5 of her daughters was taken from her. So we had to go live either in foster care or go live with a family member. We lived with a family member until things started to get complicated.
So real quick. All right.
Yeah, it get deep.
Well, no, and we love to get deep. That's what we do on this channel, right? Because that's how we learn about humanity. Yeah. That's how we learn about each other, right?
That's so true.
Okay, so growing up, is would you say that you had like a fairly normal childhood?
I don't know, because I'm realizing that normal ain't so normal, and I'm realizing that in the black community, what's normal to us is not normal to other ethnicities. So like, I'm the oldest, so when you the oldest, you know how that go. I don't know if you the oldest, but
I am.
You got to be responsible for your younger siblings. You get most of the ass whoopings. You get most of the chastising, because you are the one that's responsible for everybody. Right. And so that affected me in the long run, because me being the oldest, I was doing hair, I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was washing clothes, I was helping them with homework.
Grow up fast, basically.
Grow up fast. I literally stopped going outside in the 6th grade. I literally stopped going outside in the 6th grade. So I had to really mature at an early age.
What effect do you think that had on you?
It had a big effect on me because I never learned how to be selfish, and it has affected me in my life and where I am today. That's why I'm homeless right now, because in the middle of having my own relationship problems, I was trying to help my 16-year-old sister out of her living situation with her abusive guardian. And let me tell you how that flipped on me so bad. My sister turned against me and managed to turn all of my other 5 sisters against me.
Why? What was the story? What was going on?
So I deal with mental health issues, and long story short, back in 2020, I had a mental health episode, and I spazzed on my 16-year-old sister guardian who take care of her. And I said some things that I really don't remember, but she didn't forget, and she's been holding it against me ever since. And she talked.
What did you say?
According to my family, I told her that the reason why her baby died is because she evil and God not gonna bless her with a child because she not taking care of the one God blessed her with. And that really affected her to the point where she hates my guts, and she talks down on me to people, anybody that'll listen. But I had to learn that I found peace in the things that I can't change or control. I apologized to her. I sincerely apologized to her, and I also told her, that I would like to make the relationship better. But if she don't want to fuck with me on that level, then I understand and I accept the consequences of my actions, even if they were not.
You're talking about the guardian, right?
Yeah, intentional. I had multiple conversations with one-sided where I text her, she didn't reply.
We get it. So I mean, bottom line is that happened.
And I tried to make amends, and she don't want to, but she just, I think because my sister lived with her, she was able to put a certain perception of myself into her head.
Yeah, of course.
So with her coming to live with me, I didn't know she already had a certain perception of me already. And that is where I fucked up, because I should have left her where she was at, because that was a very sensitive topic, because I literally lost my mind because I was worried about her.
Let me ask, what age did you first have your first mental illness diagnosis?
I had my first mental health episode right before I turned 21. It was like a month before my, it was 2 months before my birthday. Honestly, just a lot of stress. Like my mom, when I graduated high school, I went to go live with my biological mom to try to build that bond with her. And it turned sour really quickly because I realized that we were not on the same frequency, and I was trying to grow as a person, and she was okay with where she was at in life.
Right.
And it became a push and a pull of, even though you, the mother, I'm not learning anything from you, and she felt like because I'm the daughter, I don't have no right to tell her anything.
You needed to listen and that type of stuff.
But if you haven't learned your lessons in life, what am I supposed to be learning from you? So it was very much a one-sided relationship where I was trying to earn her love and approval and stuff, and she used it against me. And once I realized what was going on, it broke my heart to the point where I became really depressed, and I would cry every day. And I think one day I just woke up and I started talking to God, and God started talking back to me. And I remember I went to my mom and I said, "Mom, God is finally answering my questions." And she said, "No, God is not talking to you. You having a nervous breakdown." And she called the crisis team on me. Yeah, so I ended up at Georgia Regional Hospital. That's the long story short.
Yeah. Nah, and I'm familiar with Georgia Regional. Yeah. I used to actually live close to there, so.
Oh, you live over in Panthersville?
Yep. So, all right, well, listen, I'm gonna ask because, I don't know, I feel the energy, right? So, when you were younger, right, did anything like ever happen to you, like any type of sexual assault or anything like that?
I was molested as a kid by my uncle who raised me, his son, and for a minute they didn't believe it, because my uncle was in disbelief that his son, who was in the 6th grade, was capable of things like that.
How old were you at the time?
I was in the 2nd grade, so I had to be 8, because
So you was 4 years younger than him type?
Yeah, I'm 4 years younger.
Okay,
than him.
And so, what did the molesting, was it ongoing or was it?
It started in the 2nd grade and it stopped when I was in 5th grade, and once I got to 6th grade, he kind of just hated me for the rest of our existence living in the house together.
Well, did it ever go beyond molestation?
No, it didn't, because my parents took me to a counseling session, and I told the counselor my parents don't believe that their son is molesting me, and she broke the code, and she told my parents what I told her, and they took me out of counseling, but I guess they took it seriously at that point because I was telling other people. And so they made it where their sons were not allowed to be in the house while they were not there. But all that did was put more stress on me because I was the oldest of 6 younger girls.
So you had to do all the work
by
and
myself. Yeah.
So, you know, and the reason I asked for details like this is just to kind of understand what was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the kind of, I guess what you would say, the highest level of whatever it was that he was doing? What was it?
It was just like touching, like he would just touch me with my clothes on, and it was, at first I didn't know better. I didn't know that was wrong. So at first I went along with it, but then when we got in trouble for it, and my parents taught us right from wrong.
Hold on, y'all got in trouble for it? Did y'all get caught or something?
Yeah, like one time, the first time, yeah, we did. Like we wasn't hunching. We was in the closet and he kissed me, and his dad walked in and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And he just started like blaming everything on me. He was like, "It's her, it was her," and I'm like, what the fuck? I was asleep. Like, he literally woke me up out of my sleep touching on me. So it was a reactionary thing. And me only being in the 2nd grade, not knowing any better, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just going after.
So wait, so his parents, sounds like they kind of knew.
They ignored it. Because if you catch us doing something we're not supposed to be doing, and you sit down, have a conversation, tell us we're going to go to hell if we keep doing shit like this. And then when I come to you and say your son is still touching on me and he not doing what you said, which is be good so we won't go to hell, because that's why I was like, hell no, I don't want to burn up in no lake of fire. The fuck? Because that's what they told me, I was going to burn in a lake of fire.
So let me ask, what effect do you think that the molestation and everything had on you growing up, you know, and into adulthood? What effect do you think it's had on you?
Honestly, I do not think it had any effect on me. I think I learned the lesson, and I was able to be thankful that it wasn't worse than what it could have been. Because I've been very mature for a long time.
Well, let me ask, you know,
I wasn't like fast.
Okay, so you didn't become hypersexual?
No, I didn't start having sex until I was 18 going on 19.
Did it have the opposite effect to where you kind of withdrew from sex more? So
no,
it just kind of...
I was very conscious of my own feelings. Okay. I call them the stirrings off the book.
Scoot over just a little bit for me.
I read this book in 6th grade called The Giver. And in the book, they called sexual feelings the stirrings. So that's what I called it back then, the stirrings. I was very aware of myself, what I was experiencing, but I think what stopped me was I was able to look at my mom and her situation and see that she had all these kids. She didn't graduate high school, and that's when it clicked. Don't have sex until you graduate high school, or at least until you turn 18. And that was an agreement that I made with myself at the age of 13, because that's when I started wanting to have sex, and I knew what sex was. So I said, we're not gonna have sex until we at least legal, because if I get pregnant and have a baby, nobody can't take my baby from me, and I could be able to keep it, and I could get a job and provide for me and my baby. So I didn't have sex until I was almost 19 years old.
Okay.
I was very mature for my age, so that didn't affect me.
Listen, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we find ourselves in this position, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing to kind of work on our mental health and everything else? Because it sounds like that's the crux of it.
I've been doing a lot of shadow work. Shadow work is the parts of yourself that other people don't know.
Well, go ahead, explain it, because I was about to say we have an interview on this channel named Shay. And Shay has definitely introduced us to what shadow work is.
Okay, well that's good. Shay introduced y'all to that. But I've been doing my shadow work. I've been doing my self-healing, my cleansing. I've been journaling. I've been doing my meditation. I've been working out. Are you still
dealing with the baby daddy?
Yeah, I just did him some instant locks. I do hair. I just did him some. I can show you some pictures. I did him some locks in his head.
Are y'all still dealing with each other like romantically and stuff?
No, not at the moment.
Because I'm trying to figure out why y'all had to.
Because he didn't appreciate his blessings, and God had to show him that I'm a blessing, so he had to lose everything.
Well, but you still dealing with him.
No. I said not romantically. We have a baby together, so we just literally went to go see our son on Sunday. Okay. So
and the son is with one of his peoples?
No, one of my peoples.
Okay, one of your peoples. Okay. And so because I guess I'm still.
I'm a very forgiving person.
Like I understand that
I don't hate him. Let me say that.
I just don't understand. I don't understand.
He lost his job. That's why we got evicted, because he lost his job. He lost both his jobs, And instead of just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna just go get a job at McDonald's until I find a better job, he just sat in the house and gambled all the savings that we had away and used it to pay the bills until he ran out of money.
Okay, so it's just like the money just went out.
Yes, because he had like $30K saved up from both of his jobs. He was doing a very good job at one point.
$30K?
Yes, he had saved up $30K from his...
Are you sure about that? That's a lot.
No, he had money
to
in
save
a box.
up on low-income jobs.
No. He wasn't working a low-income job. He was doing security and valet. So his security job, he was making about $25 an hour. And he was doing valet on the weekend. He was making $17 an hour.
I guess if your expenses ain't that much, I guess you could save up $30K.
And then I'm the only person in the house. And
how long did he take to save up $30K?
A year. It took him a year.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
From the beginning of 2022, and then by the beginning of by the end of 2022, he had around...
Yeah, no, it sounds about right. Sounds about right. I was thinking maybe just a couple months, but okay.
No.
Yeah, you could definitely do that in a year. No worries.
No.
Okay, so all right. So at this point, right? What are we doing to just get ourselves out of this position?
Okay, so so I talk to God a lot. I do, and God does speak back to me. And my mama was wrong. I was talking to God, and God told me to go to a homeless shelter, so I did. And I've been staying there, and I've been working on my healing, and I've been doing things that are good for my soul and for my self-purpose, and I like to talk. So this right here is very fun to me. And
awesome.
When I was a stay-at-home mom, I started a book. I started writing a book about my experience with a mental health psychosis, and it's called From Hell to the Ethers. I'm not finished with it yet. I have about 4 to 5 chapters, and I have to get it published and things and stuff. And I'm also a songwriter. I've been writing poems since I was 14 in the 8th grade, and my baby daddy taught me how to make a song last year. So since I was a stay-at-home mom, I wrote about 25 songs already. Okay. And my friend told me, who's a producer, he's an engineer. I have a lot of different producer friends, but because I used to be a dancer before I met my baby daddy, so I got
like club dancer, like in the strip club. Okay.
So I made a couple of connections in there, and
Why'd you stop dancing?
Because I got pregnant, and I can't smoke and drink while I'm pregnant, honey.
Okay, so why not after you had the baby?
Because I was trying to. Trying
to switch it up and do things different.
Yeah, I was trying to be an entrepreneur because I didn't want to have to go back to that life.
You wanted to go shake ass?
No, I'm still shaking ass. Wait a minute, just not for a profitable gain.
For a profitable gain.
Okay, because I be in the house. I do my ones and my twos.
You do
every
your
day.
ones and your twos.
Because that is very spiritual.
Yeah,
to me.
listen, dancing and all that stuff
That's
is
good.
it's
That's
an awesome thing. Exactly.
So I like to do that.
So real quick, I do want to ask, have you talked or spoken to I guess that was your cousin? You know, have you spoken to him since all that stuff happened when y'all was little?
Yeah, but it is what it is. Like, we don't hate each other. We don't.
Well, you said that he acts like he hates you.
He did for a long time because he couldn't sleep with me. You know how niggas are. Y'all know how they get bitter. Especially you gotta see the bitch every day.
So wait, did he ever sleep with you?
No, he slept with my sister though.
What?
Yeah, and that's why me and one of my sisters not cool, because how the fuck you sleep with a nigga that molested me as a child? Bitch, we are not sisters.
How much is she younger than you?
Yeah, she 1 year younger than me. We are Irish twins. Well, we weren't born in the same year. We 11 months apart.
Right. Wow. How did you find out that
she told me. She told me loud and proud. I didn't even say anything about, well, why would you? Because at the end of the day, I just went and talked to God about it because I wanted to understand what the fuck is her problem, but God just told me she just got problems that you can't fix, and that's not your problem.
And so you say that he wants to smash you?
This is when we was kids, not now. I don't talk to him. The last time I spoke to him was in 2018, like when his brother died, my cousin. That was the last time I seen him.
And so what was that conversation like?
We didn't have a conversation. I just seen him at the funeral. I went and said my piece on his brother because he died while I was in jail. And
what was you in jail for, by the way?
I had a mental health episode, and before I went to jail, before I even had a mental health episode, I was fighting a case against this girl that I used to go to school with at Albany State University. And
shout out ASU.
Yeah, I love the unsinkable, baby. But Shawty dad was a police officer, and when I started losing my mind, I had found out that her dad was trying to get my name taken off the police report from a car accident we got into so that they didn't have to pay me for my injuries because she already wasn't on the parents' insurance in the first place.
Right.
So when I found that out, I started spazzing on her on Instagram, and she went and did a terroristic threats claim against me. So
how long did you stay in jail?
To this day, I still got an open felony case because of that. And that was in 2018.
How long was you in jail for?
I was in jail for about a solid... I went to jail in February. I got out of jail in March. So it wasn't even a long time because my parents got me out so I can go to my cousin's funeral because we was very close.
Right.
So I wasn't in there for a long period of time, but I didn't think they knew I was there because nobody wasn't calling or nothing. But they came and got me though.
Wow.
All the way in Doherty County.
Wow.
Yeah. She filed that shit in Doherty County, and I was living in Fulton County. That's how I know her daddy was able to do that shit.
Okay.
But
Jesus.
yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Sounds like a lot. We gotta do a part 2. So
yeah.
So listen. Really appreciate you taking the time answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, you have a way they can do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I have a Cash App.
What's your Cash App? Okay, go ahead.
My Cash App is $badmonalisaa with 2 A's, and it's a black and white picture.
Spell that.
So it's BADMONALISAA.
Okay.
Bad Mona Lisa.
All right, we love it. I mean, listen, I love all your features, by the way. I love your skin, lips, everything.
The sun is weighing me down right now, but I'm enjoying it.
I was about to say, it's helping you glow, so it's no worries. So like I say, we really appreciate you.
Thank you.
But do you have IG or Facebook?
Yes, I do. My Instagram is Shawn, is _Shawn, SHON, period, SHINE, _Shawn.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Like I say, definitely appreciate you. Definitely wishing nothing but the best out here, okay?
Thank you. And God is blessing me. So, if you want to bless me too, I appreciate the blessings. But I know God is blessing me as well. So my living is not in vain. This is part of my testimony.
I love it, man. I love it.
Yes.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
All right. Thank you so much.